sometimes it's fun to experiment with trends and, you know, it bags, and it's interesting to see how we'll view some of these bags maybe in the next few years. Like, I feel like some of these bags are just going to get forgotten after a while. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I feel like there were so many it bags that we just don't really talk about anymore, and I wanted to talk about those it bags and discuss with you guys. Do you think they're gonna like make a comeback, or do you think that the moment for these bags has come and gone? I remember back in like maybe 5 years ago, these bags were super duper popular, and I remember seeing them a lot on social media. To do research for this topic of it bags that were cool like 5 years ago, I went to like Tamara Kalanik's channel because I've been following her for some time, and I like live for her handbag collection videos, but I noticed that her handbag collection videos have, well, I know she had the robbery and everything, but like compared to like her taste now compared to, I'm gonna say like 6 years ago, it's a very different. And I think that she is a good representation of like mainstream trends and like what we're seeing in the luxury community. I know that like now she's super into Hermes bags, not saying that that is like the be all and end all. I'm kind of into that as well at the moment, but there were many bags that people were raving about and called classic back, you know, I don't know how long ago it was, like maybe 6 years ago, and now I don't really know if they are anymore. I mean, they are to a degree, but they seem kind of like been there, done that. So the first bag I wanted to talk about is the Proenza Schooler, I think it's called the PS1 satchel. This bag was really popular. I remember seeing a lot of people wearing it on this website called lookbook.nu. I don't know if you guys remember Lookbook, but I used to have a lookbook before YouTube for fashion. Like, it was definitely a thing to like have an outfit of the days and like even like a fashion blog. I remember back in the day I used to follow Susie Bubble and Tavi Jevison. Is that her name? Yeah, anyways. That was kind of different times back then. I remember around this time the Proenza Schooler bag was super cool. Around this time, I remember that J.W. Anderson Pierce bag was also a really popular bag. A lot of fashion bloggers were buying this bag. It was kind of like an edgy twist on like a classic flap style, and very unique as well. You don't really see this bag, and you don't really see this bag at all anymore. Like, I don't see anyone on YouTube talking about this bag. I don't see it on Instagram. I don't see it in real life, a strong trend of a bag, but we don't really see it anymore. Around the same time, I would say the Loewe puzzle bag was also very strong. J.W. Anderson is the creative director for Loewe, and he also obviously is the director of J.W. Anderson, the brand. So the Pierce and the puzzle were both very popular at the time. The puzzle has kind of stood the test of time. They have changed the design of it a little bit, but that one had a little bit longevity compared to the Pierce bag. So that's kind of interesting. There are a few J.W. Anderson bags. I'm considering getting the bumper bag, but I do remember the Pierce bag, and I don't think many people have like been talking about that lately. Definitely Chloe bags in general have become less popular, but I remember probably like one of the strongest designs were definitely was the Chloe Faye in the, I think there was 2 sizes, but I remember a lot of people would go for the Chloe Faye in the suede, and there were so many YouTube videos I remember watching where people were like, oh my gosh, I got color transfer on the suede in the back, and oh god, like it's such a cool bag, but the color transfer, guys, don't go for the suede and go for a dark color. And there was just like a lot of, you know, suede bags were kind of a bit more trendy back then, and the whole boho chic look. I still have my Chloe boots, actually, my Susanna boots, which I literally still wear these, but I remember the look was definitely to get these boots and the Chloe Faye bag. The backpack came a bit later, which honestly the backpack is really cute, but yeah, I never ended up getting a Chloe bag because don't know if I'm like that boho myself, so maybe I didn't relate to it as much. But yeah, nobody really talks about the Chloe Faye as much as they used to. It was definitely like a big boom back then, probably around the same, it was kind of the similar aesthetic to like, I guess, people who collected Celine bags, like the belt and like the luggage. Like, yeah, it was kind of like the dream collection to have like the Chloe Faye and like the luggage, and then like I don't know, like just, you know the vibe, guys. There are some Celarot bags which I feel like were like the it bags to get, and now no one talks about them. So one of them was the Kate tassel bag. This was like this is such like a Pinterest bag to me. Like I remember seeing like layouts with the Kate bag, and then like just this party girl aesthetic, like glamorous, like fully tanned and hot girl with the Kate bag. I don't really see the Kate bag as much as I used to. Not saying that it's a bad bag, maybe because it is, to me, it seems like more of an evening bag, and definitely with the lockdowns and stuff, we're probably not going out as much, so maybe it's not as relevant anymore as it used to be. And I would say the Kate bag as a daily bag is just not practical at all. College bag is another bag that people were like obsessed with. I would say around the time that people were obsessed with the college bag, they were also obsessed with the Pochette Métis. But I think the Pochette Métis has a stronger cult following, so it hasn't really died out yet. I know a lot of people are kind of over the Pochette Métis, but to me it's still very relevant, and I still see so many people carrying the Pochette Métis. Whereas the college bag, I do not see as much at all as I used to. I used to see it a lot as well. It was a very popular bag, but now it's kind of fizzled out. I don't really see that many people talking about the college bag anymore. Probably more people are drawn to the Lulu design, or even the Lou Puffer bag, and some of the newer Celarot designs than the college. But remember, the college bag was like the hype bag to get. I wanted to mention the Gucci Dionysus bag. I remember again a lot of people going for like the big beige Dionysus with the suede back, and you know, they'd have the same color transfer issues with the big suede back. And the Dionysus, it seems like it would be a classic design, like something that wouldn't date, but when I see it, I don't think, to me, like, I just think of that era where it was cool. It doesn't, to me, like it definitely like reminds me of that time when it came out. I don't look at it and think like, oh, that is so 2022. Like, I just don't, like, in my brain it's not. It's definitely of that time and of that trend. So to me, this bag, although Gucci is still doing it, and I noticed a really cute one in the window the other day with the big GGs and like some like floral embellishment on it, I think what they're doing with it at the moment, they're trying to make it look a little bit more fresh, but it is a style that I don't know if it's completely classic. I don't know if it's had its time. Perhaps in another 10 years, people will revisit it and think, well, what a classic bag. But it still reminds me of a certain time, and it's hard for me to break out of that. There are very few bags that I would consider timeless or just not of a certain era. You could argue that like some of these Hermes bags are dated and old and grandma, but to me you can't really tell what era they're from. Like, this could be from this year, it could be from 20 years ago, which is why I started getting more into Hermes, because I feel like the styles are very not of a time period. They're very like simple, but you can't pinpoint where they're from, and I kind of really like bags like that. But that being said, sometimes it's fun to experiment with trends and, you know, it bags, and yeah, it's interesting to see how we'll view some of these bags maybe in the next few years. Like, I feel like some of these bags are just going to get forgotten after a while, especially bags like the Pierce bag and like the Chloe Faye. Like, I wonder if there'll just be a time where they completely drop off the radar, just like, I guess, like the Miu Miu Matelasse bag and like maybe like the Chloe Paddington. Like, they're just like things that we don't think about as much as we used to. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my blabby video today. It was mainly just me thinking aloud, but yeah, please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy chatty handbag videos, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!